Hi, this is Joy de Los Reyes here at the Kombat Training Academy, and today I have my assistant Pierce. We're going to demonstrate 3 basic tactics against a South Paw. Going against South Paws is really difficult. You know, if you ever spar them or fight with them the first time, they can really mess up your game. So hopefully I'm going to share with you 3 things that'll help you out. So when he's in a South Paw stance, there's always a dominance that I want you to get this foot, my lead foot, on the outside. That's the most critical thing. All right, I want this foot on the outside as much as possible. If my foot's on the inside, unfortunately, it allows him to throw that straight left, his left tie kick, his left knee, etc., etc. So as much as possible, I want to move in this direction, away from that strong hand technique. Unfortunately, if you're doing that, you have to recognize you're running towards his jab or his right hook. So be conscious of that when you're moving this way, that's going to happen. Now you can't always circle this way, so just keep in mind that if you are going to circle towards a strong hand, meaning that your foot is in the inside, you're going to circle far. All right, so I'm not going to circle close, or I'm actually in this range. I'm going to kind of circle far, so I'm away from his long weapons. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 1 is basically your lead foot. Ideally, you should try to fight to get outside. Now that leads me to step number 2. Number 2 is that when you get your foot on the outside, you want to throw your strong hand techniques. And that could be your cross, your knee, or your right tie kick, whatever. So you should be trying to lay that out as much as possible. Get to the outside, and when you get to the outside, you can see that ideally, my strong hand techniques are perfectly lined up with Pierce here. Now, the last tip is distance. This one I learned from Crew Eddie, one of my best friends. Believe it or not, you need to make up 2 inches, and I've always learned that from him. What does that mean, 2 inches? So let's look for example right here. If I'm South Paw, I just changed my stance to South Paw. All right, I could reach him a little bit. I could reach him. He could reach me. Funny enough, if I switch stance, equal distance. Look, I haven't changed my distance at all. I'm just switching my feet, same distance. For some strange reason, look at the distance now. I can't reach him at all. So if you're gonna go against a South Paw, you gotta realize that you're a little bit short on the distance. You need to make up that 2 inches. Let me show you one more time. If we're the same stance, all right, we're South Paw, I can pretty much hit him. All right, same range. I'm in range here. If I switch stance now, same equal distance as before, I have no chance whatsoever. Even if I fully extend these hips, I gotta make up those 2 inches. So those are the 3 tips. Number 1, always try to fight for outside control. When you get to outside control, try to really dominate with your strong hand techniques. Number 3, you gotta make up those 2 inches. You can't be out here, you gotta find a way to make up those 2 inches. Those are my 3 tips for going against a South Paw. Thank you very much. Joy de Los Reyes from the Kombat Training Academy.